Hello, yours. Welcome to CodeForAny. E-commerce SwiftUI inside. Today we need to say this here the grid view use like this. We need to show here and as well as need to create this here the pop-up screens like here. So need to action sheet we need to develop here. Now how to write down inside the shifts. First of all, so we need to creating here the grid. Now we need to go inside here the category product list screen. So we need to go inside here the subfolders and select these files. And we need to put this here the one buttons. And with these flags, we need to give this here is grid. Like we need to set here the state variables where is grid. By default, we need to set this here the false. Now we need to copy here and we need to find out here the buttons of these grids buttons. We need to configure here. We need to configures. Now need to scroll down and scroll up. So need to find out these titles and this tag list, and after so need to put this here the conditions is grid. If here select here the grid, then to show this here the list, otherwise need to show here the grid icons. Like we need to putting here the conditions. Now we need to icons inside. We need to copy this here the icons for the UI. Need to copy these names and we need to put this here is grid like this. We need to show here the list view and grid view. Now we need to create here the toggles. We need to set here is grid equal to not is grid. Like we need to set here the conditions for this UI and we need to check here and apply here. Integrated here. Now we need to putting here the conditions after the scroll view. Set here this for each data scrolls and here's if is grid else parts like here. Now need to copy for this stack, cut here and we need to paste this here. Now by default need to set here the true like now need to check here the reflect conditions and we need to remove this here first ones. Maybe change the screens, fix this here the crash. Need to check here's crash log. Maybe run inside directly simulator is good. Now these are putted here. Select this here the shop categories and one category. Now show here the grid and filters. Maybe wrong place. Need to put these conditions. That's why. So remove here these conditions. Apply here this last ones. Also here cut and apply. Like here the settings for this UI need to configure here. Now need to scroll view inside. We need to making this here the grid view. We need to set here the lazy VGrids. Set here the columns and alignments. Grid items we need to pass here. So we need to create it this here the grid items. State where column is equal to need to create here the grade item like here's minimum 150 and spacing is equal to tens and like here so need to put this years, give this year's spacing as 15 like here's. Now use this column here flexibles, put here's, create here the contents. Now need to copy anyone's like here, like here. Now need to go inside here the item row, so need to copy this data with this z stack and we need to paste this inside here this grid like here. Remove here the isOpper class as well as to check here the param as well as here's to set here new file item cell, create here's and make sure to remove here this grid. You need to copy this data and we need to apply here's, paste this and set it let this equals isOpers and we need to set here the dot infinity of this z like here's and we need to set here the spec ratio 1/16. Like here, we need to set this here the cells. We need to set at this data and show like here. And maybe we need to set here the infinity and set here the height 122 excite and also increase this here 120. Now need to set here the cells. Is opportunity to set this here the false and we need to check this here the UI. Maybe on this one. Select here, select this one, select this ones and show like this here the grid and show like this data. Make sure to set here clip. And also this here to set here the padding, set here the 20, and this column spacings also need to set here the 20. Not infinite with percentage, we need to set here the 50% minus 30, like here. Remove this scale to weight. Run here's now. Slowly here's man anyone, select here anyone's and show like this here's. Okay, percentage 0.50. And show like this here's. Also make sure this cells font, proteins, image size, scale to fit. Set here the prep. Set here the width as a 18. 18 is big. 15. Now display code here. Check here. And show like this here the grids. Now this is display set here. Maybe issue with this here the heights. Need to fix here. Inside go this item cells here. And need to check here the top 120. Oh, mistake here. Sorry for 200. Now display this enters here. And showing like this here the good for this UI, and this black buttons also need to put it here. Done here. Now we need to make this here the bottom sheets. So need to develop here for this UI. Need to making here. Need to create here the list view. Now need to go inside here this, and need to set here one flags state where is show by default. Set here the false. Copy here and we need to find out here the buttons and up and downs like here. So need to set this here the true like here, and make sure need to go here. Set item is dismiss on dismiss. Item contents is present. Dollar signs, and we need to set this here the shorts and contents. We need to put this like here. Set it here. Restart this years. Maybe need to try here the getting here the UI is good. Maybe not possible. Like this here the actions it's need to opening here, need to set it here. And we need to set it here the list view. Contents, and we need to put this here the present designations. We need to set this here the medium and large here. Then after we need to set this here the present component interactions. We need to set this here the scroll and present corner radius. Set this here the 25. Like this sets here the list and apply here. Now make here the UI data similar to UI. Need to first one is set here the titles of the centers. We need to set here the text. Short by. Set here the font black 2030 34 like yours. Set here foreground color dot primary text color foreground style. Color dot primary text like here. Need to put it here for this UI and max centers. Next content. Maybe typo here, that's why. Set here the bottom space be things like here. Now list view inside we need to put this here the UI. We need to set here the row. We need to develop here. We need to set here the button actions action labels like here. Set here the text. Copy here. Need to paste this here. First ones need to put this here the popular like here, and we need to set this here the font 16 regular R 16 and font styles primary text and max left. Set here the prem height. Need to set here the pics. Scroll here. Set here the padding. And max prem. Need to set here the max left is good. Similar to other buttons, we need to develop here like here there. Populars, then after the newest, then after customer review, then after price lowest to highest, and last ones low to high to low. Like we need to set here. Now we need to set here the select Step dot select short. Enters by default, so need to set here the third one, means fourth row. Because we need to start here counts as a 0, like here's. Set this here the 0, set here the 1, set here the 2, set here the 3, and set here 4. Like here's. Like make into conditions, so need to put here is maybe we need to make here the UI Xcode common controls. Create here the new empty files. Set row. Paste this here. Set here the state is select. By default false. State where and title a string. Title here. Now need to set here the is select flags and where on pressed. Word callback. Cut here on press. Like so need to set here conditions. Titles as a titles need to pass here. Now primary left need to set like this here. Primary text foreground colors. If here is select like this, making here conditions need to paste here. If selected, then to set here the semi bold 16 and primary text to set here color white. Next left like this need to putting here the conditions as well as need to set here the max RAM need to set here the max width infinity and set here height 50. Set here background colors color primary app if here selected. If not, then we need to set this here the white colors like here. Need to copy this here the sheet row and we need to reflect with this here. Set here the is select equal to 0. Set here the titles and like here's here paste this here popules paste here removing this here maxed again copy and paste 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. Now need to set here one by one titles, then after newest, then after customer review, then after need to give this here the price low to high and highest to lowest. Remove this all codes, unused codes. Now need to run here. Go here, scroll ups, select any categories like here's, need to select this here's and set here the scroll view. So like here's, maybe make here space. Set here 0. List view. Maybe style. Change here list styles. Maybe change here list lazy with that spacing. Change here. And show like this here's now set it here's. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down in the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.